Welcome to Tel Aviv Airport. Many of you won't believe that this is Tel Aviv Airport because you're watching the tube and you imagine we never go further than Manchester. But Manchester would have a lot of trouble conjuring up palm trees like that. And look at the scalding heat coming down on me. It really is frying hot, which is why it feels like we've been waiting since yesterday lunchtime for the second coming. For us, that's the crew and me. It truly is the second coming because the first coming was when the Alitalia flight arrived and we all ran towards that. But this one, the next flight, is definitely going to be the one with Dire Straits on it.
I'm a soldier of freedom in the army of a man. We are the chosen in the partisans. Well, the cause it is noble and the cause it is just. We are ready to pay with our lives if we want. Gonna ride across the river, deep and wide. Right across the river to the other side.
Coming and missed the going.
What an enormous boom you've got.
What an enormous boom. Now, later on, we're going to be watching your press conference. Now, have you had horror... You've got horror stories of press conferences, haven't you?
Yeah.
Are they always awful?
Yeah, they are really. They are really, yeah. The one in Italy comes to mind straight away, even though we just had one the other day. The one in Italy a couple of years back, because I mean, every time you go, the first time you go to any place, there's always a bit of a song and dance, and they were actually climbing over the tables and things. It was like Brave in the Onslaught, you know. They had the foot soldiers first, and then the photographers clambering over the reporters.
It's true.
And then eventually, these two Australians at the front, as journalists, I don't know what they were doing in Italy, sort of said, "Say that and shut up."
And they did.
They did, actually, yeah.
So you're protecting yourselves this time against riots?
Paul.
We've issued a sort of stringent list of instructions
Like
about...
what?
Well, once the photographers are done, they should then stop and not carry on, because that's the problem when they're all clicking.
When you've
If
got your mouth
journalists
open.
are, you know, and if journalists are trying to tape things and they just get a tape which goes...
But what sort of questions do you think they're going to ask? And what sort of questions do they normally ask you?
Like,
Apart from where did you get your name?
Every time, actually. Invariably the same ones.
what's it like to be in Yugoslavia?
What about the language barrier? I mean, the language here is written the other way around, and most people listening to you won't even be able to understand the words.
Ah, but we're going to play the songs backwards.
How did you get your name? What's Bob Dylan like?
I was working with Bob Dylan.
Different. It was fine. It was fine. Done it twice.
What's the new record like?
How is the new record different from the old record?
Are you going to make more film scores? Are you going to be an actor?
I'd like to do one of them.
Is there anybody that you particularly like to play with?
Yeah, hundreds. Hundreds.
Musically?
Oh, musically, no.
And I get so tired when I have to explain. And you're so far away from me. See, you've been in the sun and I've been in the rain. And you're so far away from me. You're so far away from me. You're so far, I just can't see. You're so far away from me. You're so far away from me. Take it out. So far away from me.
So, what do you think of it? What do you think of the view?
Well, it's absolutely marvellous, isn't it? It is good.
It is, it's lovely.
Especially this
And those are all separate little bits of mosaic,
yeah.
apparently. Yeah, little mirrored things. So does it move you?
Yes, it does. I mean, it's just so much... I was staggered to hear that there was like 70 religions in this place, apparently, all sort of like in this one place. So it's fantastic, all these people together, you know, worshipping one thing or another.
Why do you think that you and John have managed to be the two that have stuck together when the band has sort of gone through various stages?
I don't know.
What is it about you two?
I don't know. We're just in love.
Deeply.
Yes. No, I suppose we've got the right... What it is, there's a certain will involved in the whole thing, as well as everything else, as well as loving it. I think there's a certain will involved in keeping something going like that. Because everybody knows that bands can be a tremendous pain. I mean, I'm sure you do. And it requires a few different qualities, and I suppose John's got a lot of them. I've got some of them.
How come you two have lasted out together? Oh, you've got a googly on your head.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Well, we started the whole thing 8 years ago. So it was kind of our idea. He needed a vehicle for his songs, and we just sat at a pub one day and said, well, look, why don't we just get a pubs of London, yeah, called the Cafe Races. You've probably never heard of it. You were probably about 17 at the time, or 16.
Who knows what I was doing?
Yeah. But, so we really wanted a vehicle for his writing.
Do you think that a song's then very revealing of you?
Well, in fact, some of those songs are, I don't know whether, I suppose they are, but they're not necessarily me singing them, even if... A couple of times on this record, the song I've just told you about, Money for Nothing, MTV thing, that's a character. He's a particularly obnoxious character as well. He's mouthing off about all sorts of things. And in fact, I was pretty conservative about the language used.
and there's a song, I mean, actually imagine being a really evil person as well, like being like a war criminal kind of person as well. And just in another song called "A Man's Too Strong," where there's the idea of music and art overcoming that kind of destructive thing, you know, book burning and everything else. So you have to try and get in. Sometimes you have to try and get into the minds of other people. Private Dancer. There's another one where I tried to. I mean, I became a woman, you know.
You've tried it all.
I have. I've been there. No, I mean, it's so strange, really. I mean, I never actually recorded it. I mean, Tina Turner recorded it, but we recorded the backing track, and on the demo I sang it for her, you know. And we've sung it, the band's sung it a few times. We're thinking of actually playing it on tour, but it's just, you know, when it goes, and the men are all the same, you know, I just can't sing it straight. I've got to go, the men are all the same.
And you get on very well.
Yeah, we get on very well. We do, considering, you know, the amount of pressure that it puts under you a lot of the time.
But what sort of pressures are you under? And do you think it's a pressure having him in the group, in a way?
Him in the group?
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't have a group if he wasn't in.
I know what you mean. But do you think that's one of the reasons other people drop out?
I think, well, people drop out for their own reasons, and they are all different. So I can't really speak for them personally. But, I mean, David, for instance, Mark's brother, I don't think could relate to the fact that Mark was the sole writer, because David himself writes, and has been proved he's got 2 records out now. So I don't think that he could have actually developed within the band. I don't find that so much of a problem, because I'm not a very prolific writer.
Do you think they find it hard working with you? Because it must be a bit difficult when one person's having most of the control.
Well, you'd have to ask them. But I guess there's an element of benevolent dictatorship involved.
And what's it been like working with them? Do you feel at all under pressure?
No, not at all.
Now,
No,
who is
no,
it
really.
can't read music?
I don't read music.
You can't read music?
Well, I do a bit. You know, I haven't really had to, you know, for so long.
But-
I've scraped by in the past.
But you've been working with Mark on film
On the
scores.
film scores, yeah.
Hasn't it been a bit of a hindrance having to do it all by ear?
No, it's been better.
Has it?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Mark doesn't work that way.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't really, I mean, he reads to an extent, but, you know, he's much more of a feel musician.
I've never seen him use music,
Yeah.
use paper.
I mean, nobody's come up with anything better than Mark, and Mark comes up with a load of stuff, so... You know, I mean, he comes up with about 20 tunes per album or something.
Does he?
Yeah.
Today? Well, I think we're going to have a wander around the old Casbah, aren't we, or something,
Yeah,
whatever they call it. On the donkeys.
I'm
Have we
meant to
got
be
a
on
big
Ed
enough
Bicknell.
one? Whoa, whoa, aye, aye.
Never thought. I never thought. I would have never have believed it, though, my wildest dream.
Put the rear.
It's not easy to keep your hand on your halfpenny.
No steps.
Of course, there's a lot to be said for this way of travel in foreign countries. Yes, mine keeps running. In these narrow streets where you couldn't take a car.
He's coming right through now, and he's giving him the lift.
Mine's running.
Come on, baby. Come on, you can do it, Chick. On your bike.
He's going to have no teeth left at the end of this. So do you feel like you're taking footsteps through history?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Through a pile of poo-poo at the moment.
Nice control, Poppy.
This is rock and roll?
Don't look at me. I honestly, you know, Princess Anne and me.
In a bit.
By comparison with the way that you play guitar, because like all the papers and everything always call you the guitar virtuoso and every other thing, do you find it then hard when you listen to music not to think, oh, I would have done that better, or they should have done it like that? Do you find yourself twitching to...
No, I don't think so, but I think everybody is a critic, I mean, automatically, of anything, or any situation they find themselves in. That has to be... I don't feel happy with the virtuoso thing at all about the guitar. I have a decent touch and, you know, a certain aptitude, but I don't feel as though I know that much about it. And I feel, in fact, sometimes I get the feeling I don't know anything at all about it. And I just feel like a student of guitar, of music all the time, a student who's never gone to school, really. I mean, I think when I played with Chet Atkins recently, and then he said in an interview afterwards, well, Mark's the kind of guy, you know, he don't know what the hell he's doing, but comes out okay.
chosen me the partisan, alright. Cause it's noble and the cause it is just. We are ready to pay with our lives if we must. Going right across the river, deep and wide. Right across the river to the other side. And we don't give a damn who and wine. Right across the river to the other side. As the day followed the night, right become a wrong, the left become the right. The seas will march away, their flags unfurled. Today in the mountains, tomorrow the world. Right across the river, deep and wide. Across the river to the other side. Right across the river to the other side.
What do you think, though, since you've been here? What have you thought of it all?
Well, the people are just fantastic. I mean, I think that's one thing that sort of comes across more than anything else is their sort of strength together. They all really feel so deeply for this country. I mean, you read about it in the newspapers and stuff like that, but when you really get it firsthand, it's a very strong spirit.
It's an incredible vibe here. You know, the people and the way they feel about what's going on here. It's a very unified feeling, which you don't get really anywhere else in the world.
How do you feel being here? Or are you not conscious of it at all in relation to the songs you've just done?
Well, for some reason, I haven't really been made that conscious of it. I mean, I guess... I suppose it's because of the way that we've just lived our lives for the past 2 days with press conferences and this and that and the other. I haven't really been made that conscious of it, of that connection. I suppose it's there.
These mist-covered mountains are home now. And my home is the lowlands, and always will be. Someday you'll return to your valleys and your farms, and you'll no longer burn to be brothers in arms. Through these fields of destruction, baptisms of fire, I've witnessed your suffering as the battle reached high. And though it hurt me so bad, in the fear and alarm, you did not desert me, my brothers in arms. There's so many different worlds, so many different suns, and we have just one world, but we live in different ones. Now the sun's gone to hell, the moon's riding high. Let me bid you farewell. Every man has to die, but it's written in the stars.